record. No team has ever started their first 12 games, been favorites in 9 of them, and started 3-9. That's never happened in the history of the National Football League. It's almost like Vegas, and it feels like everybody overrated the Jets in a form that was, insane before the season started. Jets lose 26-21. What a surprise to the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle's offense wasn't even that great in this game. They were bad in the red zone. Geno was shaky, and Aaron Rodgers was horrible, per usual. He had a passer rating of 73 and a QBR of 28, and he threw a pick six to a defensive lineman. And by the way, we actually, thanks to the Kansas City Chiefs and Las Vegas Raiders game, we actually have a brand new quarterback to add to the list of quarterbacks who have thrown for 300 yards more recently than one Aaron Rodgers. Would you like to see it? Here we go. Guys that have done it more recently than Aaron. Andy Dalton. We got Bailey Zappi, who literally just got cut today. Baker, touchdown maker. Brock Purdy has done it more recently. Bryce Young. How about Bryce Young, by the way, recently? His counterpart, CJ Stroud, has done it more recently. So has Caleb Williams and Carson Wentz. They have thrown for 300 yards more recently than Aaron Rodgers. Dak Prescott, Daniel Jones, brand new Minnesota Viking. Davis Mills, Derek Carr has done it more recently. Desmond friggin' Ritter has done it. Gardner Minshew has done it. Geno Smith has done it. Jacoby Brissett, 300 yards more recently than Aaron Rodgers. Jake Browning, Jalen Hurts, Jameis Winston, Jared Goff has done it more recently than Aaron. So is Jarrett. Is that Jarrett Stidham right there? I believe it is. So is Jimmy Garoppolo and Joe Burrow, who throws for 300 weekly. Old man Joe Flacco and Jordan Love and Josh Allen, maybe the MVP frontrunner. I believe that's PJ Walker. Justin Fields has done it. Justin Herbert has done it. Kenny Pickett has done it. Kirk Cousins, who might be as washed as Aaron at this point, has done it more recently than Aaron. So is Kyler Murray and Lamar Jackson, and Mac Jones has done it. Matt Ryan, who's on CBS now, has done it more recently than Aaron. So has Matthew Stafford and Mike White and Nick Mullins. And I think maybe that's PJ Walker. Josh Johnson was the guy previously. Mahomes and Russell Wilson and Tannehill, who's unemployed. And so is Sam Howell and Sam Darnold and Teddy Bridgewater, who's retired. Tom Brady, who's also been retired for a while, working for Fox. Trevor Lawrence, Tua Tagovailoa, Tyrod Taylor, who's Aaron's backup. Will Levis. We also got Zach Wilson. We got Bo Nix. We got Jaden Daniels. We got Cooper Rush. And most recently, welcome to the club, Aiden O'Connell. All of these guys have thrown for 300 yards more recently than Aaron Rodgers. If I can put it into its proper context, we do carving out the context on Wednesdays, but let's provide context on this Monday night. The entire Raiders quarterback room, has passed for 300 yards more recently than Aaron Rodgers. Happy birthday, Aaron. The Jets are still awful. You know, it's funny. There's been a discussion today. Should the Jets bench Aaron Rodgers? And which I say, well, depends on what their goal is in the last 5 games this year. Because if the goal is to maintain a level of credibility to where you're saying you're putting the best players in the field, then yes, you should bench Aaron. I don't know. Tyrod Taylor looked better last year with the Giants than Aaron's looked this year. By the way, Tyrod Taylor, more passing yards, more 300-yard games more recently than Rodgers. But also, on the other side of that coin, well, if we want to tank, if we want to be as bad as humanly possible, probably need to keep Aaron out there. And by the way, for Aaron, it's a win-win. Like, I don't know how beat up he is, but yeah, tack on, do what you can to tack on to that coveted passer rating, which you're damaging by the week, and add some touchdowns, make the final stat total look as good as possible, because we know that's Aaron's gonna be known for great stats and throwing a pretty ball. That's about it. Breeze is known for the accuracy. Manning's known for his surgical preparation at the line of scrimmage. Brady's known for the rings. These days, Mahomes is known for the rings. You know, that winning thing, Aaron doesn't really do it much. Almost like this could have been called from a mile away a long time ago by yours truly. You know, I picked the Jets to go 7-10 this year, Patrick, and to anybody else watching or listening. I picked the Jets to go 7-10. And many folks thought, like, oh, you're hating on him. I'm like, I don't know. He's not that good. His OC's terrible. The head coach isn't that good. The roster's, the O-line's still not great. And I don't know. They weren't that good last. Like, it's the Jets. They're not good. And I factored all the things into them being 7-10, particularly centered around Aaron Rodgers, because, again, it is a quarterback's league. I'm like, man, he's old. He's off an Achilles surgery. He hasn't been good since the 2021 season. He's 40, and I should have factored in. I certainly factored in the absence of the mandatory minicamp, as Patrick pointed out. That's all under the same umbrella as doesn't really care about football that much at this point. He really doesn't. Not to say he didn't before. Aaron has been one of the smartest guys in the line of scrimmage, so he's watched film. Reading a defense, one of the best, no question, throughout the course of his career. But as he's getting up there in age, as he's gotten other interests, right? No problem. You do you, man. I got no. Listen, Aaron's a strong, I imagine, right-leaning libertarian. Man, live and let live. But don't drag an NFL organization along with you. So that's who knows what Aaron's future is. I actually made a prediction on the radio show on the triple option with Asher. I said, I think Aaron's that fourth down ball where he missed Garrett Wilson badly. Holy cow. Not even close. I said, I think there's a shot that might have been the last throw of Aaron's career. Now, according to Jeff Ulbrich, Aaron's going to start next week, which tells me Jets probably tanking and they just don't want to piss off Aaron because you got to walk on eggshells like crazy with that guy. Worst leader in sports. What the heck is his market next year? The only potential suitor maybe is the Tennessee Titans. People have said, the Raiders. I'm like, I don't know. Tom Brady's part of the ownership now. Raiders have been incompetent quarterback play most of my life. They want to start anew. They may draft Shador Sanders or Cam Moore. Like, they want to start with a young playmaker. The Titans are like, is Will Levis the answer? I guess Aaron, he'd sell tickets. Trust me. I love Titans fans. I live in Tennessee, and dear Lord, do I love the city of Nashville. Love Nashville. It's the best. That stadium's dead. I was there in week 3. I was there with my family. My sister got to see the Packers. She's a big Packers fan. I heard Go Pack Go more than Titans cheering, to put it mildly. I know the Packers are way better than the Titans, but still, it was, my gosh, it was dead in Nissan Stadium. Dead. No atmosphere. Aaron puts butts in seats. He's interesting. That's what I thought. Listen, if Aaron retires after this year, I will be bummed. I will be sad because that's a lot of content creation gone. Don't have that anymore. Mahomes isn't spouting conspiracy theories, and Josh Allen isn't blaming the whole team, and Lamar Jackson isn't skipping mandatory minicamp. We'll have to find another all-time gifted but kind of strange quarterback. I don't know. And Patrick, every excuse that doesn't pertain to winning needs to be removed from the organization. All applies to everyone except him. Yep, you think? If he wanted to run for vice president, he's excused. I wish to God RFK would have picked him and stayed in the race. I really do, because the visual of a J.D. Vance, Tim Walz, Aaron Rodgers debate would have been more entertaining than Donald Trump versus Kamala Harris. Like, as entertaining as that was, and even though she lost the election, I think she pretty much cooked him on the crowd size thing. But that would have been fun. That would have been like Vance and Walz agree on nothing. And just to see them like look across like, who the hell is this guy? Like that would have been hilarious. Like, what would the hosts have done? The moderators, listen, darn it, RFK, you should have stayed in the race. That would have been must-see TV. No question about that. And for Aaron to be like, guys, sorry, got to skip practice, got a vice presidential debate to attend and to prep for. Anywho, Aaron, please don't retire, because you are so much fun. Thanks so much for watching the show on YouTube, and be sure to go click that big red subscribe button and check out the other clips and full shows from Carving It Up Live, as well as our other incredible content creators here on the Grid Network.